Hello yogis. Today we have a good morning flow starting in our child's pose. I'm taking wide child's pose, so knees nice and wide, feet still close together. We're sinking that heart center in between our thighs, arms overhead. Feeling that release into the lower back and the hips here. Maybe a stretch through those lat muscles, grounding through the forehead. You can also use a bolster or a block in between the legs or the block on your head. On your next inhale, we're coming up. Bring those knees together. Taking your seat onto the heels. We're going to take a few side stretches. Inhale, reaching one arm over ear. Exhale, switching sides. Inhale, reaching other arm. Connecting movement to breath. Inhale, reach one arm over ear. Really stretching, opening through the rib cage, the side body. Coming now to all fours. We're going to take a few rounds of cat-cow here. Inhale, arching through spine. Exhale, round through spine. Inhale, arch, dip that sternum towards the floor. Pull that chest forward. Exhale, round through spine. Tuck that chin under. Again, connecting movement to breath. Feeling the opening through the upper back and the abdomen. Going to take a bit of a chest opener here, so ear up, hand by your ear, opening up through the elbow, trying to stack those shoulders on top of one another, keeping that core nice and strong to stabilize. Again, following the breath, inhale, open, exhale, close. Switching sides again. Fingertips to ear, opening up through the chest. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And we're gonna get some mobility into those wrists. So keeping hands grounded, fingertips facing away, leaning forward and back. Switching positions of the hands, so fingertips facing towards you and doing the same again, so leaning back and forward. Only coming as back as is comfortable for you. And now for some wrist strengthening, hand strengthening exercises, some finger push-ups, so coming up to the fingertips and lowering back down to the palms. Coming back, sitting onto the heels, but this time tucking those toes under. This is quite strengthening through the ankles and the feet. And while we're here to take our mind off of it, opening as well through the chest and shoulders, clasping hands behind the back, inviting a slight arch into the spine. You can keep chin towards chest or maybe open up through the throat if that is comfortable for you. And releasing, untuck through the toes. Going to step forward now into our short stance lunge. So that front knee is stacked on top of front ankle and back hip is stacked on top of back knee. And we're taking some pelvic tilts. So on the inhale, tucking through pelvis. On the exhale, we're releasing. Getting a nice stretch through that back hip flexor and quad muscle. Again, strong through the core to help stabilize. And stepping forward into our low lunge, getting more of a stretch through that quad muscle. Taking whatever arm variation feels best for you. Here I have arms overhead, hands together. You can also keep hands on hips or on that front knee. Strong through that front leg. And lowering arms. Coming now into our half split, extending through that front leg, flexing through that front foot, slight bend in the knee, and we're keeping that back hip stacked on top of back knee. Deep stretch through the hamstring and calf muscle here. You can either place hands on blocks or go to fingertips. Whenever you feel your hamstring start to release, you can lower down if and when that feels comfortable for you. And now we're going to connect these two movements to the breath. So on the inhale, we're coming forward to lunge. On the exhale, sinking back into that half split. Inhale, come forward to lunge. Exhale, feel that release in your muscles and extend into half split. Finding stillness in your lunge. And we're going to switch sides now, coming to our short stance lunge with those pelvic tilts on the other side. Again, making sure that back hip is stacked on top of back knee, front knee stacked on top of front ankle. Inhale, tuck through pelvis. Exhale, release. Inhale, feel that stretch through that hip flexor and quad muscle. Exhale, release. Engaging through the core to stabilize. Coming lower into your low lunge and taking whatever arm variation feels best for you. Arms down, extending forward with that front leg into your half split, flexing through that foot, starting on fingertips or on blocks. And as you feel your hamstring and calf muscles start to loosen, we can lower down to palms. Making sure you're leading the fold with your heart center, not the top of your head, keeping that spine nice and flat. And coming into that flow again, inhale forward to lunge, exhale, sit it back to half split. Coming up. Returning that knee back, sinking the buttocks back to the heels, spreading those knees wide again, finishing off our practice today in our child's pose. Taking notice if your back feels a little bit better or looser, or if your hips feel a bit less tight after our practice today. Take a few centering breaths. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please like, comment, and subscribe.